firstly then, Nigel, it's a very sad news today, of course, with both the retirement of Iestyn and of course Iestyn Thomas.
Yeah, you know, it's extremely sad. Both players, strangely enough, probably playing some of the best rugby at the moment for us. Iestyn has been a fantastic servant for the Scarlets over the years. Really a stalwart in the pack, and has been central to a lot of the good things that have gone on down here. You know, not only on the field, but off the field as well. He's absolutely the right sort of character that we want, and you know, he embodies a lot of the values that we belong to as a team. And to have senior players like Iestyn driving that within the squad has been fundamental, really, to the progress that we've made over the last couple of years in difficult circumstances. But to have people like Iestyn around to be able to drive that through the team has been a key part of how we progressed.
Yeah, just how important has Iestyn been to the development of particularly the younger players who've come through the Scarlets recently?
Our senior players like Iestyn are crucial, really, you know, in terms of mentoring the younger players. Iestyn has been, for my money, one of the outstanding loose head scrimmaging props in world rugby, let alone Welsh rugby. And although, you know, we haven't been maybe renowned as a scrummaging pack, certainly, you know, Iestyn has given us a great amount of strength in that area, particularly on the loose head, and has allowed us to compete against the top teams in Europe just by his own ability.
And Iestyn Thomas, just give us a word on him and how tough it's been for him, obviously since all the problems, of course, and just how hard a decision was it for him to
It's very sad, yeah, very sad for Rhys, you know, under the circumstances. But thankfully he's well now and he's fit, and that's the main thing, you know, and it does put rugby into perspective. Again, Rhys had a difficult time with injury with us initially, but this season he showed his worth and been superb for us this season. And when we've had sort of Iestyn and Rhys on the field, we're the match for any scrum or any pack of forwards, and they've been huge for us, both of them. Very sad for Rhys, you know, but he appreciates that you know, he can move on with his life now, and the good thing is he's still got his health. He's still got a long way to go and a long road to recovery, but we will support him in every way that we can. But it must be very hard, you know. I think with Rhys it was so sudden. One minute being fit and healthy, the next, you know, your career has been taken away. So very difficult for Rhys.
How's Rhys been? Has he been emotional?
Yeah, Rhys is a very bubbly character, but you know, I think in his quiet moments it's bound to be emotional. You know, it's a massive change in his life, from being a professional rugby player to, you know, had he been able to walk at the moment. It's very difficult for him, and it'll take a long time for him to come to terms with that, and we all must appreciate and realise that too.
Will he stay with the region? Will he stay with rugby, do you feel?
No, I don't think he will. You know, he's got to make his own way now, and it's very difficult for these players when they do finish. You know, there's not an awful lot they can do after playing rugby. The lucky ones have obviously managed a pathway through and made sure that there's something lined up for them when they do finish. But it is a bit of a shock to the system. It's a jump into the unknown, and it's a difficult period for them. We will, as I said, we will help these boys as much as we possibly can. But for all professional rugby players now who finish, because we're at the generation now where most of these boys have been professional rugby players all their careers and have not had another career outside of rugby. So it is a leap into the unknown, and it's not easy for them, and you know, their own union supports them as well, the players' union, but also as a club we will support them as much as we possibly can.
Yes, a sad time for you as well.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's a hard decision to make to finally call it a day, but obviously the last game that I had up in Glasgow was one knock too many, really. My neck hasn't recovered from that, and the surgeon has told me that enough's enough and time to give up.
Yeah, because you don't want anything more serious to happen, do you?
No, I think obviously one more bad bang on it, and it could be a lot more serious than it is, really. So yeah, it's time to give it up. I've had 15, 16 good years in it, so yeah, I think enough's enough, really.
It'd be strange because the Scarlets has been such a huge part of your life.
It has. I mean, obviously only for 10 years now. And it's been, like you say, a massive part of my life. And to finally give that up is, you know, it's hard, really. But it's inevitable. One day you've got to do it, and so just go get your head on it and get around it.
Has there been a lot of soul searching, not just talking with Nigel and the coaches, but with your family as well?
Yeah, you obviously got to talk to the family and friends and discuss, the options you have, and that you're gonna, eventually gonna have to retire. But yeah, discussed it as a family, and obviously, it's the only decision to make. To be honest with you, is you can't really go on and play any further. Just too much damage done to my neck now.
Just give us a word on Reece as well. Sad for him, a teammate of yours who's had to retire too.
Yeah, it's devastating for Reece. Like Nigel said, he's come into some real good form. Ironically, up until the point that he collapsed, but he's definitely an extremely class player. But coming to his form right to the end, hopefully now Reece will go on to other things, but just got different. Really, he's a great player and a great friend as well.
Yes, I mean, we've seen quite a few players, contemporaries of yours, having to finish, like Burns, different reasons. But is rugby becoming a more dangerous sport in terms of the collisions, almost like car crashes? Sometimes people refer to them as.
I think it is. It's getting a little bit heavier, but I think you just have a run of these. It's just a trend that sort of gets set. Really, you have a spate of boys that will have to retire. You'll have a spate of boys have knee injuries or whatever. It just sort of seems to go, and the trend goes that way. But I think obviously with professionalism and boys coming in at young ages, going through the academy systems, they get bigger and stronger. So I suppose the collision side of things, it is getting heavier, and because boys are getting stronger, but I think your body adapts to it as well. So just a general way things have gone, really.
Do you feel that, at a 16, 17 year career, that perhaps in the future that might not be the norm? Do you think players will finish a bit sooner?
Yeah, I think they'll come in younger and finish younger. I think I don't think people have careers that I've obviously been fortunate enough to have. No, I think they'll come in. I think they'll have sort of maybe 10-year periods where they'll have a 10-year stretch, but probably be it really.
What would you pick out as personal highlights of the last 15 years?
The one that probably sticks out is when we beat Toulouse. That we were down at half time, we managed to turn it around. That was probably the big highlight of my career. Just the way that we sort of tenacity, really, we all dug in as a team and managed to turn it around really. Again, when we won the Celtic League, I think it was 2003-04, was it? That's another obviously great highlight. And obviously representing your country ranks up there with the best of it all, really.
What about the future now? Hoping to stay in the game in some shape or form? What about business outside rugby?
Yeah, obviously got a few options outside of rugby. It'd be nice to stay involved in rugby in some capacity. I'm not sure where or what that'll be, but I'd be obviously interested in that, and like I said, there's opportunities outside that I could take up as well. So I think that was something to reflect and just take stock, really. Don't really want to, if you can help it, not to rush into a decision. But, hopefully somebody will employ me somewhere.
There's been a sort of tutor type character with to the likes of Roger Jones at Scarlets and other front rows around Wales. Is that something that appealed to you?
Yeah, I'd enjoy doing that sort of thing. It's funny that, like, obviously up until now I haven't been able to teach people much because obviously my position, and you never want to give these secrets away, but no, I'd happily pass on to any young prop that wanted to listen to me. But no, I'd happily, coach and tutor wherever, really.